And for rolling dice, we're just rolling our own physical dice, honor system.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I mean, look, if you cheat, I mean, I don't know. It could help you, might not help you. We'll find out.
Failure's typically just as entertaining as success.
That is very true. All right, my name is Jay Parker, and this is the Timeless Mountain Adventure for KoboldCon using Astonishing, Swordsmen, and Sorcery of Hyperborea 2nd Edition. We have George with us today, Alexis, Josh, Stefan, and Emily. So, how many of you have ever played Astonishing Swordsman before?
I've run it, but not played it.
Okay.
Just played last night.
So some of you have experience, some of you don't. That is good. I honestly have never run this game before, nor have ever played this game before. So this is going to be good. I love something new, and I love adventures. So we shall get started. Does everyone have their characters in front of them?
I do.
Yep, I do.
Yep.
All right. Do you understand your characters?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yeah, ish.
All right. So let's start with questions. What do you have for questions about your character before we get started?
I don't know if I'd have questions off the bat, but I'll probably have questions as we go.
Okay. Not a problem. Josh?
I think I'm good so far. I mean, some of the mechanics we'll probably need to figure out together, but
yep,
I'm all right.
So the only one that really sticks out to me that caused me to jam up slightly, and it's actually not on the GM screen. So Jeff, sometime on the next GM screen edition, if you could put this on there for us, that'd be great. It's the melee attack missile rate of fire. Is the only thing on there that doesn't appear to be on the GM screen. Everything else is here. The GM screen is absolutely amazing. If you do not have it, I would recommend getting it. Unfortunately, I will not be putting it right in front of me. I was hanging off the side here because otherwise I can't see the screen. So,
if it's helpful, I did print out when I was running the game this chart.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Does that have the melee attack rate, missile rate of fire?
It doesn't have the rate of fire. It has the breakdown over the combat rounds.
Yeah, that's what the GM screen has.
Oh, okay.
It just doesn't have this one little section. So pretty much it's, if you have like a 1-2 on your weapon, it's one attack every 2 rounds. If you have a 1-1, it's one attack every round. If you have a 3-2, it's one attack the first round and 2 attacks the next round. If you have a 2-1, it's 2 attacks per round. If you have a 5-2, it's 2 attacks per 1 round, 3 attacks the next round, and then 3-1 is the 3 attacks per round. So don't sweat it. We'll figure it out as we get to it. If you feel like you're getting gypped on attacks, we'll slow it down and move forward in little steps and stuff. So now Hyperborea, for those of you who haven't played before, it's kind of like a Conan the Barbarian style game with a huge mix of different aspects of fantasy gaming. It's a beautiful book. So, I mean, I've got 3 different editions, partly because I'm a collector, partly because Jeff Delaney is a really, really solid guy. So, I like to support good people. So, all that said, if you don't own the game, you should get a copy. And if you do own the game, thank you for supporting Jeff. And we shall get started. All right. Any questions before I roll this?
Nope.
All right. So, wake up, Outlander, wake up. A man throws a bucket of water on the characters that are huddled at the bottom of a pit. Looks like today is your lucky day. Yes, it's true. You are all at the bottom of a pit. And above you, there is a wooden grate or a wooden cage thing about, keeping you down there. Another man speaks. These are our sacrifices. You can't be considering sending them to the mountain. Bah, better them than risking leaving Yinkle undefended. Open the pit and lower the ladder. The ladder is lowered down to the characters, and they are allowed to climb out. The chief of the village is standing there with 2 of his warriors. He points upward behind the characters. They are not far from the outer walls of Yinkle. It's a large, odd-looking mountain. Outlanders, We offer you a chance to travel to the mountain and discover its secrets, or be sacrificed to Kokzu. I hope I pronounced that right. Kokzu. Hulkzu. Something zoo. The sacrifice is a great honor, of course. Of course, for you, the characters, when you wandered into Yinkle and became their prisoners, the mountain was not there. And you traveled too close to Yinkle and were grabbed by warriors of the village. And actually, the mountain is sitting over the trail that the characters took. So it's a mystery. Maybe that's why the village blew that damn horn last night. As the characters discussed their options. Oh, so, yes. So, think upon it, characters. They've given you a choice. Go to the mountain or be sacrificed to their god.
Well, sacrifice, of course.
I do not support this god.
Yeah.
I do not want to be sacrificed. But I'm
Yeah.
also wary about this mountain that suddenly appeared overnight where there wasn't a mountain before. What the heck?
Yeah, I've seen a few things, but not a mountain that appears from nowhere on a trail I previously walked. That's something I'd look into.
Yeah. Sounds a lot better than sacrifice, that's for sure.
Yeah, I changed my mind. You've convinced me. Let's try the mountain.
Stefan?
Yeah, we'll at least say we're going to the mountain. Of course, we'll go all the way. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you guys can put at least what your character class is in the corner of your name, so that way we kind of have an idea of like who's playing what. All you do is you right click above your name in the corner, and it'll give you the option to rename yourself. Probably should have done the beginning, but
You just said you wanted class, right?
yeah, class or name doesn't, or a class and name or a class name. That way people who are watching will have an understanding of kind of like what you're doing or what you can do. And then of course I can get grief later. He didn't hold those characters to that rule, or like, bah, rules are meant to be broken. Okay. So if you decide to go to the mountain, so as you're discussing your options, the gate to the village opens, and dozens of villagers march back through with woven baskets filled with beautiful pearls the size of a fist. We found these at the base of the mountain by a cave. There are thousands of them. Oh, chieftain, maybe it must be more inside. The chieftain looks at you. I offer you this deal, outlanders. You may keep what you carry of these treasures, too.
Boy, that's generous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, die or go to Mysterious Mountain and get a bunch of treasure.
Treasure
Of course,
sounds awesome.
equip us for the journey. We will
I
need
have
that.
taken-
Sacks and many things to carry all this.
I've taken care of that. The chieftain snaps his fingers, and two scraggly children drag all your gear and drop it in front of you.
Well, I thank you, scraggly children.
And as you're getting your gear on and stuff and getting yourself organized, you see that like all these other villagers are coming and looking at these pearls, and they're all like completely awestruck by them. Like, oh, they are so pretty. We have to have one too. And they're like giving them out.
Not that I think I'd know a good pearl from a bad one, but I want to at least look at it since this is quite an oddity. Just not necessarily keep one, but definitely at least look at it and try to examine it for any oddities.
All right. One thing I love about this is we can do secret messages. Dun, dun, dun.
While that's rolling, my dude wants to be doing mercenary looking stuff, like make sure his sword still feels balanced and trying to look tougher than he probably is.
All right, so you're messing around with your all right. So you're messing around with your sword. I think it's a sword. It's a sword,
is.
right?
Mhm.
All right. So you toy around with your sword and stuff, and people are like, they're not watching you, and they don't look impressed because they're all like, "Oh, I want a pearl too." Even the chieftain's just like, he's not like paying attention. But the guards are like watching you, and they're like waiting for you to leave the village.
The rest of you ready to march out? Want
Yeah,
to
that's-
take it up the hill?
Sure, let's go.
Sure.
Let's go find.
Grab her stuff. Let's head out.
Hmm.
Nice to not be in the bottom of a pit. That's for sure.
Sunlight's pretty great.
Yeah, it's the best.
How far away does this thing look? The mountain, I mean.
It's like literally like a half a mile away.
Hmm.
It almost looks like the mountain just like almost dropped on top of the village.
Is it like a clear shot between here or there, or there's something we got to go through, like a small woods or something?
Well, there's a wooded area, but there's a clear trail that goes up through. So it's kind of like someone dropped the mountain on the trail, but it's
Sure.
also like on what would have been considered farmland. So it's pretty inconvenient that this thing is there. But of course, it's in the barren. Alrighty. It is in the. Where did I put the stupid thing? It's somewhere in what I'd say the northwest region.
Oh,
No, I had this written down somewhere. No clue. Okay, well that's cool. I always
well,
love it when I
whatever
read
region
stuff
it's
from-
in, we're heading to it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the. All right, that's it. We cannot have the game and not know where the heck you are. All right, so we have a big map here, which of course you can't see. Savage Boreal Coast. That's where it's located. Sorry about that. All right. So now we have an answer to where you are. Okay, so the walk to the mountain is uncannily quiet. There are no sounds other than the winds blowing above. You don't see animals, you don't see anything. Every now and then you see a villager with a basket coming back from the mountain.
Are they full of pearls? Is that what they're gathering?
Yep.
I'll ask one of the passing villagers who's coming back, like, hey, where are these? Are these just like at the very entrance of a cave?
Yeah, they're all over the ground. The cave is opened up, and on the ground there's a bunch of them, but most of them are gone. But I looked inside the cave. I saw more. There's got to be more inside. I mean, the whole mountain must be full of them.
Okay.
Huh.
Well, good. Thank you for the information. Continue along the trail, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
You come to a clearing, which is close to the base of the mountain. There are random pearls strewn about that create a trail leading to a cave entrance. So it kind of looks like the cave and like these things rolled out of the cave entrance and like created like a path that has now been almost picked clean by villagers. There's one or two villagers still picking up pieces. There's a rocky slope. The rocky slope of the mountain does not appear to be anything of this world. The edges are razor sharp. The cave opening looks like a sliver in the face of a carved out in the face. Sorry, it looks like a sliver in the face with a carved out flooring that inclines upward. There are two pearls just on the inside. There's no natural light in the cave, so you only can see a few yards in.
Do we have torches? Can we light a torch?
Yes,
I've got a torch. I'll light up.
Cool. Yeah, I got one too. So I'll light one too.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think Picker will as well, just so we have lots of light.
Does the cave opening look natural, or perhaps it's some kind of magical thing? I mean, I'm sure this whole thing is kind of magic, but the cave, does it look like rough hewn? Does it look more like it's man-made, or
The
just
floor
trying to get a
actually
gauge
looks.
for it?
The floor looks like it's like a polished stone, while the edging of the arch and stuff look much more ragged.
Okay.
So I mean, the floor could be man-made in the sense that it was like polished out and formed, but then the rest of the other parts don't look as refined.
Got it.
That's
Well,
weird.
I'll gesture at one of our torch bearers to lead on, I suppose.
Would my companions like me to kind of creep forward and look for traps or hazards?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
useful.
that sounds
Absolutely.
smart.
Can try that.
All
So
right.
Jay, if you need me to roll at all, just let me know.
So you're looking for traps? I will
Yeah.
definitely do that. So who's going in first?
Looks like the thief's going in first, right?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna creep in slowly, Jay, and I'll kind of examine the floor and the walls and see what I can find.
All right. So as you go inside the cave, it opens up rather quickly into what looks like a carved out hallway, and it goes upward at a slant. That seems to like kind of go around the mountain, like almost like there's like basically like a curve, but it runs tight against the exterior, even though that it's a cave that goes inside. And there is a curve. There is a stench of body odor inside. It smells so bad, like BO, like someone hadn't bathed forever.
Smells great.
I'm sure we don't smell a whole lot better.
Yes, I have
Yeah.
not bathed in forever.
That is true. Y'all have been in the pit, so
Says so on my character sheet. Yeah, I'd like to follow behind him, torch one hand, sword in the other. If the and to my to my companions say, listen, if they're too afraid to come up here themselves, we definitely have to be careful about how we take almost every step.
Agreed.
Oh.
Yep.
Most certainly. Yeah. I'll fall in line as well and follow along, kind of eagerly hoping for treasure.
all right. So you start going up around the edge, slowly move. Gesundheit. Or is that a cough? Sorry.
It was a cough.
So you're going up the mountain. So as it starts going around the corner, you keep going further up, and you hear a noise. From ahead. It's kind of like a grunting noise.
Can you make the sound for us?
I can do that.
I've heard that before.
Does
Where
it
have
sound like
you heard
somebody
that?
speaking? like an actual language? Is that what it sounds like?
It just more sounds like grunting sounds.
Just grunting.
Is the stench worse?
Yes, it's definitely getting worse. Matter of fact, the floor is slightly damp where you're walking, and it smells like urine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've got something living in here.
Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'll have my warhammer out. I'm starting to get really cautious here of some beast.
Yeah, me too. I'll
Ditto.
have my dagger out, and I guess we still need torches, so I'll kind of creep in and see what's what.
All right, so as you start going around the hall, this very hairy, nasty looking dude is like with a very long beard, long hair. It's all matted and stuff. He sees the light and he's like, "Oh, and he picks up a club off the ground, and then two others come from around the corner too, and they're like, "Oh, and they start walking towards you."
Yeah, Picker's gonna try to find a way to get out of the front here, for sure.
So who's after Picker?
I am.
So Picker turns around and he's just like almost, I don't know what, tiptoe past.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, I'll kind of squeeze on by you, and
Doesn't look shady.
it's all you, buddy. It's all you.
Nope.
I'll try making like a whatever I can make is like a hand sign in the shape of my religion, Uller, to see if maybe that helps or if they have any recognition of that.
All right.
See if they're good religious folk, perhaps.
So
Go ahead.
So the first guy, he sees you make a sign. He's like, "Wah-wah!" And he starts hammering his club on the ground. He's jumping. He's like, and he starts moving more aggressively towards you guys.
Yeah, I don't think they recognize your religion.
Yeah. We could use some more fire up here, I think, torch guys.
I'll light a torch and move up.
Yeah, I want to sort of step aggressively forward, torch out.
Yeah, I'll kind of follow along too.
Yeah, let's try and intimidate, like chest beating, stomping, growling.
Waving the torches.
The torch, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, this is definitely not your lucky day. They made their save. So they just look at you and they're like, "Roar!" And they look like they're about to attack. So this is what I'll do. I'll have one of you roll 1d6. So instead of all of you rolling a d6, and then we'll go from there on initiative. Normally, the way I read the rules is each side rolls a d6 for initiative. So, but obviously you're one massive side versus the other. But so whoever wants to roll a d6, and then we'll go from there and kind of go based on common sense, like who's more up front and stuff. So, oh Jesus.
I can roll if you guys.
Cool. Yeah.
Go for it.
4.
All right, I rolled a 6. So that's just yeah. All right, so well, as that the world goes to shit in a handbasket. All right, so the first dude's like, "Oh god!" and takes a swing at the fighter.
Which fighter?
You're gonna hate me, dude.
Yeah, we have like 3 fighters.
We've got
Which
3
fighter?
fighters.
I'm just gonna say that roll didn't count because I'm not taking natural 20 as a started roll.
Oh
Shit!
shit!
Not for my first time running this game. Nope.
Oh, come on. That would wake us all up for sure.
Yeah,
We're,
yeah.
we're changing that one. If I roll 20, okay, that's better. I didn't roll 20. Oh. All right, so Fellerin, what's your AC?
Yeah, good question. It is 6.
And attack. All right, I'm going to definitely. Oh no, it's a hit. That's it. Yeah, that would have been a hit anyways. All right. So the dude takes a swing at you with his club. And let's see. He does 4 points of damage as his club smashes into you.
Cool. As long as he doesn't hit my head, I think I get like 1 damage reduction from my armor.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
No worries.
Let's try
I'm just going to stand there and let this monkey guy beat me.
It's only going to be 2 points of damage.
I'm just kidding. All right.
Was there damage reduction on, what did you have, scale mail?
Yeah, 1.
Oh, there is actually. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Let's get this GM screen up here where it's somewhere useful. Oh, yeah. All right, I'll just make this up as I go on the GM screen part. All right, so he takes a swing at you and doesn't do, well, does 1 point of damage as he clops you with his club. The other ones can't attack you because they are behind this one. Or actually, they're a little bit further down the hallway. So.
Does this mean I'm in a position to strike back really quick?
Yes, you are.
I should do that. And I was long-sworded in one hand and torch in the other. So I think I'll just swing the sword. Although, I don't know. That torch might be fun. Yeah, I'll swing the sword. It was my first instinct. So
okay.
I rolled a 16.
That is going to be a
And I
hit because it's
I
armor
think I have a
class.
+1 bonus too.
Yeah, you definitely hit, dude.
Cool. It says that a longsword does 1d8. Yeah, let me reach it.
Yep, 1d8 or 1d10 if it's two-handed, right?
Right. Oh, no lie, 8.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, all right. So you swing your sword after he whacks you with a club, and you take his head completely off.
Jeez.
A nice, beautifully clean cut.
I'm almost
And his head just goes boom, boom on the ground. And his body's like, his blood squirts.
Right.
And he kind of falls. Let's see, 1 through 5, he falls forward with his. He falls forward and blood sprays across you.
No. Yes, that looks great.
And
That's
it
what I wanted.
smells like rotten dog poo.
Oh,
Ugh.
Now
Well-
you smell even greater.
I do. But I have to revel in my military conquest, so the blood drips off of me, and I smile and say, "Come on!"
All right, there are 2 more cavemen. Does anyone else have a long-reaching weapon before we get on to their... The long-reaching would be like a spear.
It doesn't say
long
it's
sword.
long-reaching, but I have a whip.
Oh, yeah, whip would work, yeah.
Okay. It doesn't do much damage, but yeah, I'll try it. Its attack rate is 3-2. So it's 1 attack in the first round and 2 in the second?
Yep.
Or the okay.
Yep.
So I just want to know. I only rolled an 8, so I don't think I'm hitting anything.
Actually, you'd be surprised. Look on your combat matrix on your first
Let me see.
sheet, and then you need to compare it to an 8 armor class.
Okay. No, I would need a 10
Okay.
to do that then.
So you crack the whip, and the cavemen actually, sorry, I revealed what they were. They stopped for a second. They're like, oh! And they're like, and they start moving forward. All right, the other 2 cavemen are going to attack. So this will be between the Felrin and the cleric. Okay, Felrin's going to get attacked again. Wow, that die really does not like you. Luckily,
Yeah.
damage die.
Hey,
You take 3 points. 3 points of damage from the caveman. That includes the reduction, and
Gotcha.
then what's your armor class? Or
Yeah, 4.
4, and the other caveman misses you. So he looks almost hesitant when he goes to hit you because he doesn't like the whip kind of freaked him out. All right, so now it goes to whoever is next in line. So Felrin went, Aura went. So who's after those 2?
I was up front also. I was like trying to move up, so.
All right, so Cat Frost, you're up.
Okay, well, I'm gonna step forward, and can I put the torch in my mouth and do a double-handed warhammer?
You could do that. I mean, the torch is pretty freaking, I don't know. Yeah.
All right,
mean,
okay, I'll just drop it.
That works. That works better. But
Okay, I'll
you
just
want to
drop
light
it.
yourself on fire, so
I'll just
That's
drop
an
it
option.
and pull out and do the double-handed warhammer. And
All
that one's a
right.
3/2, so that's 1 attack, right? This round.
Yep.
And that's a 9 + 1, 10. And so actually that will hit an 8 for me.
Nice. Okay, so go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay, so that'll be a D10 there. 3 + 1, 4.
Excellent. And let's see what we got here for. So you did 4 total?
Yep.
All right. You clock the one that was in front of the cleric, and you hit him like right smack in the head, and he kind of was like, and he's stumbling backwards. And when the hammer hit, it makes this crunching sound. So he's got blood kind of gushing out of his beard and stuff, and his eyes are crossed. And he's kind of twitching, but he's still breathing.
Awesome.
Nicely done.
Who's next?
I guess I'd be there next. I'm gonna so we've got the one that was killed, we've got that one that just got damaged, and there's one more.
Yep.
Okay. I guess I'll go for the one that's not quite dead and got hit, but just 19. That's a 20. I'm assuming that hits.
That's a hit. Yeah.
And then I'll do a D8. 5.
5. All right. And what type of weapon are you using?
Battle axe.
Battle axe?
Yeah.
All right. You hit the cave dude pretty freaking hard, and you nail him in the chest, and he's like, "Arr!" and he's backing away, and he's got blood spraying out of his chest. He's still breathing, and now he looks extremely peeved. And that leaves Picker.
Yeah. So any chance with all the confusion that Picker could try to move silently and kind of sneak around and jab him?
Go right ahead. Make those
All right.
rolls.
All right. Well, I guess that's a D12 for the move silent. So I need a less, and I blew it. I rolled a 10.
All right. So Picker decides. You see Picker like looks like he's trying to sneak, and he slips on blood as he's walking, and like his anything on him that could make noise hits the wall and clangs.
I'm here.
And then 1 through 5, it gets their attention. Oh yeah, the two very freaked up cavemen, like especially the one with the broken face. He kind of turns and looks at you, and he's just like, "Whoa!" And he starts walking towards you. Well, the
I
other
growl
one's
back
like,
at him.
and the other one he's holding his chest, and he's got his club, and he's like, "Ooga, ooga!" He starts walking towards you.
Uh-oh.
All right, so this will be their attack. I'm going to give them -4 on each roll because they are. Oh, that is, yeah. So they aren't hitting anything. So they're swinging and they're beating their clubs off the wall. You're like on the ground. And there's like hitting the wall above you, and it makes this weird like I don't know, like a clangy type sound, even though that it's just wood on stone. That echoes up and down the hallway. And that's their 2 attacks. So Felrin, you'd be next.
So is one of them close enough to me that I can just sort of continue forward and attack?
Yep. Oh yeah, they all are.
They all are. I'm hoping to make quick work, and so I would do that. I think I get, well, however you want to do it, but I would get 2 attacks this round for being 3/2, but I don't care. I just want to swipe at the nearest one because I've already been a little bit hurt, and I don't want to be hurt no more.
I don't blame you.
But my roll is a 6, and I have a mere +1.
Roll again, because you would get 2 attacks this turn anyways. So
this is worse.
well,
This is a 3.
so Felrin's like playing the caveman thing himself. He's like, whoa, swinging his sword, which is kind of funny in a way because it's like they're distracted. It's almost like he's trying to get them to get their attention. So you're all watching Felrin do this crazy ass stuff with his sword. So,
Looks great, smells great.
All right, who's next?
I went second last turn, so probably me.
All right,
Is
Or.
there enough room to get up with my mace now, or
Oh, yeah.
should I still be using the whip?
They're up close and personal.
Okay, then I don't. There's probably not enough time to actually stow my whip, so I'll just like drop it and pull out the mace and make a couple attacks. And hey, that's a nat 20, so I'm sure one of them's
Hey.
probably going down.
Yeah.
I rolled 3 damage on that, so
Yeah,
whatever
luckily
happens to crits in here.
the good thing is you won't even need the crits because just 3 was enough that you needed.
Okay.
You hit one of the cave people in the back of the head because they're all looking at Picker, and like his skull breaks open and the brain just drops out on the ground in
Gross.
smushed pieces. Like, I mean, it looks like he crapped it out. Oh, also, if anyone does not like gore, please tell me now, and I will tone down my gore.
I like gore.
No,
We'll be
all good.
okay.
All good.
All good.
Right.
Yep.
My second attack was only a 3, so. But there's one of them down.
Yeah, there's definitely one that's got, insane in the membrane. All right, who's next? That would be.
Oh, that's me, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's you.
Yeah. All right. Warhammering on that last one. That's gonna be an 11, which will hit. And that'll be a 9, 10 damage.
All right, that one only had a couple. Yeah, so you hit it with a warhammer, and literally the skull caves in on its neck, and all that's standing there now is basically from the neck down a body, and it's kind of like in the yeah.
So it stands there moving around for a minute and then falls over? Or?
Yeah, it kind of walks in circles, and then eventually just drops to its knees, and then falls forward.
Awesome.
I feel like after all that, Picker's probably covered in some pretty nasty stuff.
Picker, you could walk into a dragon's den, and the dragon would run out in sheer terror at the smell coming off of you.
That's
What
a
is
plan.
that smell? Oh, it's just a thief. Take my stuff and get out of here.
That's pretty
All right.
offensive. I don't even want to be around us.
Oh, Picker smells the high hell now. It's like, geez, man,
This is disgusting.
you're worse than a bloater. You're just like,
I pick up my whip off the ground and say that they're beating the walls. There must have been some kind of caveman's alarm for dummies. We need to be wary.
I want to take a look at you said it made kind of a strange sound for being wood on stone, right?
Yep.
So I want to just take a look at the cave walls. Does it look like it's not made of stone? Like, does it look like it's metal?
it's strange because it's almost like it looks like a black marble,
Oh, okay.
and it's very polished.
Weird.
Is
Yeah,
it warm? Can I touch it? I mean, I know I can touch it. Is it warm to the touch?
Yes, it's actually room temperature.
Okay. Well, now that we've gored up the place, I say we keep on going.
All right. So you start. Who's going first?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've got the advantage of smelling like them, but that didn't work out so well for me last time.
Well, it didn't work out well for you because you had a torch and you caught their attention pretty fast. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think with them having beaten on the walls, I don't think sneaking's going to be in our favor.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
All right, so we're just charging through.
all right.
Although you know, we could still use you checking for traps. That's still an important thing.
Yeah, I'll still keep an eye. So I guess I'll be right up there if there's room enough for a couple of us. I'll be up at the front. I'll still kind of take a look for traps or pits or what have you. But I'll be ready to dive to the back and get behind Cap Frost or Sachio or any of the fighters.
Okay. So as you go up a little bit further, and as you go around the bend, you see it looks like a small, almost like a bunk room. It's not even a room. It's like kind of like branches and stuff and furs, like pinned up into the walls, wedged in, so that way it was almost like a sleeping quarters for those things. But there's nothing carved out for them. It's just kind of like they built like a small like hut in the hallway, out of the hallway. You can see clearly through to the other side. It's just you can see where it looks like where they had been sleeping or whatever. And there's skeletons there of animals and stuff. But there's no
Are there any pearls here?
no, there are not actually. Which is strangely odd.
Yeah. Pickerel will sort of dig through. Yeah, I think he said there was some trash and branches and stuff. I'll kind of dig through that a little bit, see if I find anything.
You find a small leather pouch full of bones that look like maybe bird bones.
Well, I'm unsure what this is. Anybody have any ideas?
Some kind of superstition that they carried.
Well, I'll hang on to it, but it may not have much use.
Yeah, the leathers look like maybe they could have been like, I don't know, like camel hide. So it's nothing from this region, and that is for sure.
And then we have the hut.
Yeah, and it's more like a bunch of branches stuck out. So as I break out the pens, hopefully you can see them. So it's like they're. Let's make this.
I imagine it's branches that are kind of like they were a little too long for the hallway, that were kind of squeezed so that when there's no tension on them they naturally stand up horizontally.
Yeah, so they're kind of like this with like a bedding on top. So
Okay.
Nothing too uber fancy. It just looks like they didn't want to be sleeping on the ground.
Well,
All
I'm
right.
not sure if there's even more of these guys in here. Maybe this is as far as they came, but there's something further in here.
And it stinks here as well. I don't want to stand here any longer than I must.
That's just me.
Yeah, we'll say it's hard to tell what stinks. I mean, Pickard like reeks.
You can stay here, but no.
I'm almost invisible to him at this point.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going to continue up the mountain still, or?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. You continue up the mountain. All right.
I'm not leading, by the way, at the moment. I ripped a strip off my backpack or something to make sure I wasn't bloody from any of the clubbings I clubbed.
Yeah, I'll go up in front.
All right, so as you start going up, you start curve again. Probably about another 50 yards or so. You hear.
Oh, that sounds like the same guys from before.
Yep. I want to. So we can't actually see anything yet, right?
No.
Okay. And it's kind of around where just we hear it, and did you say there's a bend or turn?
Yeah, it is a constant kind of curve.
Oh, constant curve. Okay. I actually want to have my hand axe ready to chuck at them as soon as they come into sight.
Don't forget to check your comments.
The comments. Okay. Oh yeah, let's do that.
How are we gonna see?
Well, maybe we just have one torch.
Yeah, that's what
I
would have whispered.
Oh,
I mean, I know they know there's something
Picker
going on because of the beating, but They don't need to know exactly when.
If we throw a torch out in front of us, it might get close to them and light them up, and we'll be mostly out of the light.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
yeah. Good.
I can throw mine. I'd rather have a little more dark so I can sneak around.
Good plan.
All right.
Cool.
So you huck your torch up the hallway, and you hear this. They're like, "Oh, but what? And they hear like footsteps, and it's like the pitter patter of like bare feet, and then you see two more of those the cave dwellers, and they're looking at the fire and like, "Whoa." And so they start putting their hands over it, and like one of them burns his hands.
It's time for that hand axe.
Yep. I'm gonna throw that hand axe.
Give it a roll.
All right. 17.
Oh, that's gonna hit.
All right. And the damage is 1d6. 5.
You throw your hand axe, it hits one right square in the forehead, and it falls on the torch and goes, and it's on fire.
Nice.
Awesome.
And the other one, actually 1 through 5, the other one catches on fire from the. Oh yeah. So when that one goes up in flames, it flames up so fast, it actually catches the other one on fire. And 1 through
Awesome.
5, it runs your way. No, it runs up the mountain, screaming. And it's heading up the mountain.
Let's follow our new torch.
Yeah, he's lighting the way. Let's go.
All right.
Pass, were they gathered over anything in particular, or is this just the local huddling spot?
Well, when you toss the torch, they were enthralled by the torch. So as you move up the hallway, you see there's another one of those like bedding areas that's
Sure.
now on fire.
Oh, great.
And you see like, you see kind of a reflection of the flames in the blackened walls as you go further up. So, and there are 2 clubs that are just sitting against the wall. So you keep going up, or are you stopping, or?
I think maybe just do a brief search and then keep going. What do you think, guys?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. All the personal possessions in this spot are completely engulfed in fire, in flame. Even as is, you're gonna have to duck under the fire to get through the hallway.
Excellent.
Cool.
Is it safe to duck on? I mean, these things are held up by wood, and the wood is burning. I think we should try to use a long sword or something like that to kind of try to knock it down so it doesn't just fall on us in the middle of us crawling underneath.
It does smell like barbecue, though. Well, but I mean that's because you got a caveman burning in the hallway. So
Barbecue's better than stank.
darn right. Poor picker. No love. No love.
Yeah, if
Now I
you
just
guys
smell like
will
smoke.
give me a moment, I'll use my mace to kind of knock down the burning stuff.
Yeah,
And
I think that's wise. Get rid of
just
it.
kind of try to stomp it out. I don't think it should. It's not like it's oil soaked, or at least I don't think that's the stank, so it shouldn't take long.
All right. So you knock down the wooden stuff, and the leather and stuff burns up pretty quick. The furs. So I mean, it's kind of like you could literally at this point just walk over it and not get burned.
Yeah.
The wood's the only thing that's kind of burning hot, but even that, I mean, it's like branches. So
Yeah, it'll smolder soon enough.
Yeah, unless you're gonna like strip naked and lay on them or stick them like on your bare skin, you're not gonna get burned.
Okay, well that's good enough for me.
All
Keep
right.
on heading up.
So you head up the mountain. Some more. Okay. All right, so you head up the mountain, and you find the body of the dude that you accidentally lit on fire. He's on fire and stuff, and you see there is a body of another caveman on fire, who's laying next to him, and then you hear yelling, going up the hallway even more, of another flaming caveman going. And in this section with the two bodies he found, there is yet again another like makeshift bunk area. And this area is not on fire.
Excellent.
Yeah, let's do a quick search then.
All right, you go through and search, and you find another bag, a leather pouch of bird bones.
I'll take that one. It's just in a pouch. It's not like on a string or anything.
No, it's just in a pouch, and it's tied with like really crappily put together leather.
And this is, I mean, it's been curving around the exterior of the mountain still. There's been no kind of
Well, it's curving
seemingly
on the
natural
interior.
branches.
It's curving on the interior of the mountain, but
Okay.
it's slowly spiraling
Okay.
upward.
Sorry, I said exterior when I meant interior.
No, that's fine, because in the beginning I said it's tight against the exterior.
Mhm.
So it's not like a cave that goes like straight into the mountain. It just keeps really tight along the edge of it. So you head up to you keep going forward.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So you about, I think, 100 yards later. Who's first? It's Sachio, right?
Yeah.
Sachio, as you get around the corner, you see the smoldering remains of yet another caveman who doesn't look like he completely burned to death, but he is on the ground and his head is like cracked open, and you see another caveman and he's walking away from the body, and he's like, and he's dragging his club, and there's like blood streaking underneath it with burnt fur on it.
Like he just killed his.
A mercy killing, I suppose.
So the other caveman is just walking away from where we're at, right?
Yep.
If our thief can, maybe you should just kind of silently follow him and see what he does. Or maybe someone should just throw a hand axe in his back.
I could definitely follow him. Probably be more effective if I go alone, although I haven't been super sneaky today. But I do smell like him.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jay?
You do what you want.
Yeah, I'll follow a little ways behind. I no longer have a torch, and yeah, I'm hoping my new scent is going to mask my old scent anyhow. So I'll do a move silently and barely made it. So I got a 6.
So as you sneak around the bend and stuff, you see he goes and he climbs up on another man-made cot, and he's like, "Whoa, blah, blah." And on the cot there's looks like skeletal remains of other humanoid like creatures and stuff, and he's sitting there gnawing like on an arm.
All right.
Cannibals. Yay.
Yeah. And no others are here with him?
Nope.
Well, I'll creep back to my friends. I'll tell you guys what's up. I think if we're really quiet, one of you could get up there and get the jump on him. Or I could, but I want some backup.
Yeah, I'll go up with you, and I'll get that the other hand axe, ready to throw in his back if that's what we want to do.
I think so. They haven't proved very willing to talk, so.
Yeah, I like the hand axe plan.
It's actually, how many hand axes do you have?
2.
Okay.
All right. How about this? I'll try to sneak back And if you are maybe 15 feet behind me, and then I'll try to give him a little knife in the back or something, and then maybe you can attack him right after that.
Okay.
So
All
I'll
right.
try another move silent, I suppose, or
Yep.
hide. Which one would you like?
Move silent probably be the better one.
Okay. Flubbed it.
Let's see here. He kind of turns and looks in your direction, and he's like, "Roar, roar," and he goes back to eating the leg or the army is gnawing on.
Interesting. I'll try to just kind of creep around him. I'm gonna put a knife in him.
All right. So he's literally laying with his feet up against one side of the wall and his
Okay.
back. So pretty much you can hit him like in the lower spine area or in the ass.
Yeah.
And that's kind
Okay.
of the areas that are open because that's what's hanging down from the cot.
Yeah. We'll lower spine area.
Good choice.
Seems like it's not very protected. So let's make an attack roll here. Oh. Yeah. Let's see what the. Well, it hit AC -2, so I'm sure it's a hit. And then for damage, with my dagger. So with a backstab, that does 6.
All right. All right. You hit him, and he's like, "Argh!" And he thrashes a little bit, and it tears open the cot that he's on, the fur, and then he stops moving, and you hear this odd sound, and all of a sudden this watery substance starts pouring on you along with globs of something dropping on you.
Ooh. Ooh. I try to get out of there as quickly as possible. Is it stink or?
Oh, dude, it's
It's-
horrible.
Oh,
I'm
my
sure it's a
God.
kind of stink. You
What did
know, this makes me think maybe we should have just been like, "Hey, rations,"
Yeah.
and see if they let us just pass by, or that pearl that I grabbed at the very beginning. See what their reaction would have been to like me holding that up in the light.
Yeah.
So, Picker, do you run back to your peeps, or are you gonna
Yeah.
wait for them to come up to you?
Well, one of them was just behind me, and what did I do? I think I hit like a bladder or something.
So, Sachio, as you get closer to him, to Picker, he smelled bad before, but now he smells like pee and poo.
Oh, nice.
He smells like he wasn't just crawling through the sewer. He smells like he'd been bathing in the sewer, and he's got like globs of stuff on him.
I don't feel so great.
Yeah, Picker, you're having a really bad day today.
Yeah, I'll try to wipe it off as best I can, but I'm probably just making it worse at this point.
On truthfully, I never planned for anyone to be covered in this stuff. I mean, you just bad luck, man. Holy cow. All right. So, yes, you now have another bunk area that looks like this bunk area is a single bunk area. Of course, has a dead caveman in it, and again, it has another bag of bird bones in a little leather pouch.
So I already have one if somebody else wants one.
Yeah, I have one as well.
I kind of want one. In fact, I want to, if I could take it, if nobody else grabs it before me, I want to open it up and dump it on the floor and just see how it lays out. I just want to see everything what it looks like instead of trying to peep at it in a pouch.
All right.
Go for it.
You cast the bones,
Yeah.
or you look at it and it looks familiar, but you're not quite sure. It just, like a primitive form of rune casting. These bones and the formation they're in, it doesn't look like anything you've seen here or in these lands, but it looks like something that you've seen on scrolls back when you were starting to learn how to, learn about your religion and other religions out there that you must smite and destroy or work with or whatnot. And this definitely looks like it came from someplace from a far off land.
Nobody says anything. I just kick it out of the way. Children's toys.
All right.
I'll get up close to the, not the very front of the party, but like second in the line of people proceeding forward for this next area. If we do find another caveman, I want to try maybe approaching him and just like tossing a ration at first and seeing if there is some way we can not kill every single one of them.
Okay. So, Felrin, as you kick that mess of bones, there's a wind blows through the tunnel for just a moment.
Lovely.
And the smell of picker just fills the air. Even
I feel alive.
just for a second, picker, you have a clear nasal passage.
That's my gift to you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so you continue up the mountain, and as you go, all right. Now, who's in the lead?
I guess I'll stay up front if that's okay.
And I thought said he jumped up front too.
Yeah, like right
You and
behind.
are kind of walking side by side then?
Sure.
There's enough space to fit two of you at least side by side. Or actually make that 4 just because the cavemen were building the nest up there. So as you're heading up the mountain and you go quite a ways up the mountain and there's like nothing. And then all of a sudden you hear this thudding sound like heavy footsteps. Boom, 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 coming down the hallway.
Ooh.
And you hear heavy breathing.
Does it sound bigger than the caveman? Like the resonance of the voice? Does it just
Yeah,
sound like...
it sounds like James Earl Jones, but as a bass, not a soprano.
Okay.
I mean, you have to admit, Darth Vader sounds much more soprano than he does bass in his voice.
Yeah.
It's a respirator. It always throws that off. I mean,
All right. Well, I'm gonna just keep going forward and see what's up.
all right. As your torchlight kind of reflects off the walls, you hear this sound like something heavy hit the floor and start screeching down the hallway towards you, along with the heavy footsteps and the heavy breathing.
Okay.
And then around the corner comes a very tall, probably 8 foot tall, muscle bound, hairy thing, similar to the cavemen, but he's wearing ornate skulls and bones. He's got a dagger as a necklace. I mean, he probably doesn't even know like what it is. And he's wearing like random shit. Like just it doesn't even look like some of the stuff doesn't even look like it came from where you guys are at, let alone where the cavemen came from. And he's got a large looks like a giant tooth with a metal spike stuck through it. Which the metal spike isn't a metal spike, it's a sword. With the handle snapped off. And he sees you and he's like, and he brings the club up and he's like, come.
I pull out the bones and show him.
I'll do the same with the pearl.
Oh, and he looks at you and he's got this like look of rage in his eyes.
Oh. It's time for Warhammers and people more capable than me.
I'm just gonna, I don't like to look. I'm just gonna throw my hand axe at him. That's it.
All right.
All right. So that's a nat 20.
Oh, nice. See, nat
Yeah.
20, you roll a d6 extra for damage, right?
Is that what happens?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
That's what I read. While you're doing your damage, let me just see what the.
Okay. So I rolled
Looking at-
2 on my first. I'll just roll another one if that's the case, and 5 on the
So-
second die.
I was trying to find the crit thing earlier, so it's on page 258 of the book. And essentially the D6, it's a little bit different for each class. You're a fighter. Would you roll on your second D6?
5.
That would
Okay,
be
so
the damage is times 3 then. Sorry about that. So it's a multiplier instead. Who?
Yeah, it depends on what you roll and everything.
Okay. So it's 2 times 3, so 6. Is that right?
Yep. That's
Okay.
that's what my third grade math tells me.
But I mean, the 5 is on a table. Is that what that is?
Yeah, we see
Yeah,
it.
there's a little table, and if you get a 1 or a 2, it's +2 damage. 3 or 4, it's ×2, and 5 or 6, it's ×3.
Oh,
But that's
okay.
for fighters. It's a little bit less than that for all the other classes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It does say it's an
yeah, it's
optional rule, though.
It's right. It's actually sitting right here on the GM screen, table 88. I was just about to say, Jeff, if it's not on there, could you make sure it's on the next screen? But no, it's right there. Excellent. That maybe help if I look at the screen a little bit. So, Stefan, Stefan was the one who pointed that out, right? The multiplier was that?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Stefan.
Yeah.
I owe you a +1 or a -1 to something later in the game. All right. So let's see. So you did 6 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay. So all right. So you hit it, and he's like, "Rubber!" And he lets out a war cry. Who is next? Oh, that'd be Orc, because Orc is the other person up front.
All right, Sachio and Fighter are our 2 people up front, or Sachio and Felrin.
Oh,
No. I haven't been up front for a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit. Yeah, I thought you went up there because you were gonna maybe talk to someone if you got a chance.
Oh, I thought I was behind y'all. If I'm up there up front, I don't think I want to get super close with this thing, so I'll go with the whip again. Seemed to kind of make them afraid earlier. I've rolled an 18, so that's a hit. Whip's a beautiful D2 of damage, so
Whoa.
2 whole damage.
oh, beautiful. The good thing, gentlemen, is that all the damage you're rolling, literally I have the dice here for what I rolled for hit points, and you've been rolling 6 damage, so there goes the 6. 2 damage, there goes the 2. I got 3 dice left. Let's see if you can roll those numbers too and make my math easy today.
That would be amazing.
That would be uncanny. Yep. Then I have to send you swag. And even if you all pull that off, I'd have to figure out some swag thing. All right. So who is next, or who's closer?
I assume I'm up there, second row or something.
All right, Cat Frost, would you like to take a swing with your hammer?
I totally would. I'm running up and smashing some face.
Super Smash family.
Super smash. That is 18, which will hit -1. And that is we're at 2, 3 damage.
Oh, we have a winner.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
Nicely done.
That's 3 D6s in a row.
Oh shit!
Actual numbers on the D6s. I will not tell you the other 2 numbers. Let's see what happens.
Awesome.
Because of COVID-19, I will offer you digital swag if you can hit the next 2. So that leaves Picker and Felrin.
Does.
I'll hold and see what Felrin does first.
Sharon's like, do I really want to get involved in this?
I do. I was just kind of wondering, depending on what bells and whistles you want to, if there's the option of sort of going up there but taking a defensive stance.
Yep, you can do that.
I think I would. I think we've all been like charge, and I can see my mercenary type guy, knowing that this guy's a thug and obviously not a wimp, but wanting to take some kind of stance to give us a little protection, and then lots of people could attack next time around. So that's what I would do.
Sounds good. And Picker.
Yeah, I'll try to do my whole move silently thing and try to stab. I haven't been so great at this.
I don't know about your stealth rolls hide rolls are totally effect for you, man.
I got a low roll. I got a low roll. I do stink to high heaven. I rolled a 2.
The gods are not with you today.
Well, that's supposed to be good.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah. I mean, we've got these kind of
the 3 and 6
backwards old edition rules, but yeah, that's good in this case.
All right. In that case, you do move silently past the big dude who is like too busy looking at the 3 people attacking him.
All right.
With the mercenary, in a defensive position to ward him off.
Awesome. Well, unfortunately, I get back there and I roll a fumble. I rolled a 1 to attack.
All right.
Yeah, I love drama.
We're gonna go what I do to my wife when she rolls ones. We're gonna do the 1 through 5. You hit someone in the group. Oh. No, I rolled high. You're lucky.
All right.
My wife is notorious for killing party members with her critical ones, and then we roll. And she even has a shovel of critical ones. So it's this little mini shovel. It's like, have you killed another player today? Here's your shovel. You may dig their grave.
Awesome.
All right. So you mess up your attack, and now it's turn. So there are 5 of you. I'll roll a d4 and we'll leave Felrin off the list. That's going to be Satya. Oh no, that'd be Or. Let's play the cleric. Actually, I think the cleric has better armor. So.
Yeah, AC 4.
Oh, with that roll, yeah, he ain't hitting you. He takes a huge overcompensated swing with his club and misses you. And matter of fact, the sword hits the wall, the spike part of the club, and it sparks as it grinds along the side of the wall. It does not damage the wall. And that leaves whoever was up. I thought Sachio, you were the next.
Am I up again?
Fighter, right?
All right. I'm gonna.
Now remember, this is where most of you get 2 attacks, I believe.
Well, so I used the hand axe first, so I'd have to use the battle axe one time, right? And then the next round I would get it.
Yep.
Okay, so I want to drop my torch just to the ground and swing my battle axe 2-handed.
Give it a roll.
Oh my god, that's a nat 1.
1 through 5, you hit one of your teammates. Oh, I rolled a 1. Let's roll d6.
Oh,
1,
boy.
2, 3, 4, 5. I rolled a 6. Technically, it would default back to Felrin. That wouldn't be fair, so I included myself on this for a fairness. Cat Frost. Sachio, roll for damage.
Damn it, and a d10 too. Shit.
I'm going to divide it by half, only to be fair.
Oh shit, that was a 10.
No.
Cat Frost.
I love games.
That's gonna leave a mark.
5 damage.
What's your damage reduction with your armor?
Let's see. 1.
Okay, you take 4
damage.
damage. So, like I said, I'll reduce it by half to be fair. So Sachio's like, whoa, swings his battle axe and hits you.
I swing around like this.
Yeah. Look, the floor is polished. I mean, hey, you never know. So yeah, that was
It's all good. I'm all right. I'm all right.
all right. Or
Sorry, had to find my mute button again, or unmute. Yeah, I will drop my my whip then, since the dude is right up next to me, and pull out my mace. I'm continuing the trend of nat ones, actually.
holy,
Oh my
holy
lord.
Shit.
Flo, you did not hit. You did not hit a party member, so that is actually
Okay.
a good thing.
It
Yeah. All right, next.
might be me. I'm not sure.
Actually, Felrin, yeah, you're welcome to attack if you want.
Yeah, you know I want to. I regret my previous defensiveness. And seeing some of the chaos and missing around me, I would just charge in full bore. You know, any guns blazing.
Give it a swing.
So I will give it a swing. And I have rolled boy, we are terrible. I have rolled a 4, which comes up to a whole 5.
I thought you were gonna roll another one. I'm like, come on, guys.
No.
Get 2 more numbers.
I'm
here
better
you're
than
gonna
that.
get. I mean,
Yeah, a 4. Although if I'm 3-2, I get a second attack. Maybe I don't. It's up to you.
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2 does like 1 the
Yeah,
first
I'll
round.
let
and
you.
2
I'll
the
let you have a
second.
second attack.
I'm cool either way. All right. I shall do better than 4. I feel it. You know, I shouldn't have said that because I rolled a 4.
Gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's
Well,
amazing.
yeah.
Yep.
I can tell we're having one of these days, aren't we?
It's awesome.
All right, Elise. I don't even. Cat Frost, you're up.
Okay, let's do it. We're doing smashy smashy, and this is my double attack round. So we're going smash one way, smash the other way. Let's do it. Yeah, we're doing this. That's going to be an 18 to hit. -1.
Yep, you can hit.
Oh, and that is max damage on that one. 11
Nice.
damage. Roar! And the next one, oh, that's going to be a 19 to hit. That's not as effective on the backhand, but still a 5 damage.
Oh, we got 1 die off of that one. So there's
Oh,
the 5.
yes! We're doing it.
Well, yeah, Cat Frost kind of like, she goes like batshit crazy and like hits the dude with the first hit, like literally takes his jaw and part of his nose completely off with the warhammer, but then proceeds to pummel the shit out of him, or what's left of him, until there's nothing but like there's really no head left. It's just smush stuff on the floor.
All right, that's enough, Cat Frost. Back away.
So the last number that we would have had if she hadn't rolled an 11, that was a 4. So, whew,
Dang it.
that was
So close.
impressive. That was a lot of hit points too.
That was, yeah.
You just all rolled perfect on the thing. So,
I can't believe we got 5 out of 6. Or how many die were there?
you got 5. You got 4 out of 5.
Oh, still nice.
No, that's impressive. If you hadn't rolled 11, that would have been better. But if you had rolled the other one first, that's all right. I might send you guys swag anyway.
You know, I'll take that 11. I'm still happy you got
I'm
it.
thrilled with the 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to get hit with like a bone with a sword stuck in it. It just doesn't bode well for anyone.
Uh-uh.
All right. So
So this guy's decapitated, mushed, more or less, right?
yeah, it's just his body and then whatever he's got on him.
I want to kneel down and take that necklace with the dagger off and put that on Cat Frost.
All right.
Cat Frost deserves it for that smash.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at his like what he's wearing, and you said it was a jumble of a bunch of things, but see if he looks like any kind of weird primitive shaman, or from how he's dressed, or something like that.
He's got lots of small bones on him. He's got some big bones on him, like animal bones and stuff. He's got a piece of leather that he's wearing has like looks like it has like ornate earrings stuck in them.
Hmm.
That like there's none of them matching. He's got like an ear hanging off of him, like off of a necklace and off of a waistband or whatever he's got wearing, with other odds and ends of strange things. He does have a pouch with a bag of bones in it. When you start digging through it, there's rosaries inside as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then there's his nasty club.
I like this
Oh.
guy's style. I think it's pretty cool,
Me
actually.
too. Yeah.
I'll take his pouch with the little bones and rosaries. What are his mismatched earrings made out of? Are they just like bone, or are they actually like maybe worth something?
They look like they're made out of gemstones.
Oh, well, I'll pocket those.
And I'm gonna be sure
You
to
gotta
pick up my
feed-
hand axe too.
Dick, are you really gonna let him pocket the valuable
Well,
stuff? Or are you
I'm
gonna
I'm
kill him?
watching, and I'm like, I'm taking inventory, so that's good. You hold those for us for later.
Mhm. Yeah. Listen, we're not going back to that village. We're going to be using this on our journey.
Picker's doing
Totally
the Santa thing in the mall. I'll take that, and I'll take that, and that. All right. So, you guys can continue to move up.
Does
and-
anybody want his weapon thing?
Is
Somebody's
it
got to
something
take
that
that.
anybody could actually wield? Is it because this guy's pretty big, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it's still wieldable by like a fighter out of the group.
Oh, okay.
So it'd be a two-handed weapon. Say it does as much damage as a warhammer. With it,
I mean, I'll switch over to that if if nobody else is up for it.
I think that would be impressive, right? You might
Yeah.
scare the rest of them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, with his necklace, you can totally take his identity.
Yeah, man, you should just put all that stuff on.
Well, maybe if you wear the necklace and got his big thing in a
Yeah.
pinch for a moment, you might be able to trick some other cavemen or something.
Yeah, I'll try.
all right. So, dun dun dun. You continue up the mountain, and finally, you don't come across anything else, but you do start feeling a breeze coming from up ahead.
Cold
Similar-
or cold or hot.
It's a warm breeze. It's like a muggy one.
Kind of like the last one when the bones were thrown.
More like when you were walking towards the mountain.
Okay, so it might be a exterior section.
All right, let's keep on
Who
trucking.
is in the
Right.
lead?
I'll stay up front.
Okay. So Sachio, as you come around the bend, you see there's an opening that goes outside. And that is where the breeze is coming from.
Air, finally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Picker can go air out a little bit.
All I can smell is myself.
You also notice that it's a full moon and that the sun has actually gone down. So they must have released you later in the afternoon when they pulled you from the pit. So you go to the where the opening is, and you see there's a ridge that goes around, and then it kind of goes around the edge of the mountain.
And that's really the only path through.
Yep.
From here.
Yep. And then off to the left there is a sheer drop. Well, kind of like a sheer drop, but it's basically goes down to the bottom of the mountain, and it's that nasty razor type rock and stuff.
Okay.
What's this?
When we
Go
look around, does it look like on the other side of this mountain is the village we were in, or does it look strange?
If you walk further towards, there's another entrance back into the mountain around the ridge. You can see the village just kind of off to the.
Okay.
I had the same question. If it looked like we had, been somehow displaced to a strange and distant land.
No, it's definitely you're still in the Boreal area.
Okay.
All right.
I want to look up the mountain since we're like at an exterior part. Like, how high up the mountain has this brought us?
this has brought you to the halfway mark.
Okay.
And if you
And
look up the mountain, it kind of looks like it goes up, and then there's like almost like maybe another ledge way further up.
Huh.
does it look like if, we're walking, we need to be like super quiet in case of any falling rocks or anything like that?
No, everything on this is strange because everything on the mountain seems like it's solid, like it's only like one big thing without like pebbles that you don't find on normal mountains or boulders. It's a very refined shape, even though it's got ragged edges on the outside.
And still none of those eggs are up here on the outside.
Nope.
And there's a path that keeps going up.
Yep, it's almost like the hallway. It's like a walkway that curves around and goes back into the mountain. The same going
Okay.
upward.
Well, I think continue.
Yeah.
All right, just as you get to the opening of the other side, you hear this coming from the bottom of the mountain, actually coming up the hallway you just came out of, over and over. And there's lots of it. Like it sounds like it's more than one, and it's echoing up the tunnelway.
Well, just keep going, I guess, right?
Do you keep heading up?
Does that sound like a strange horn or something like that?
Sounds almost like praying.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we should. And it's coming closer, or we just hear it.
You can hear it. You can hear it further. Coming from the cave now, the tunnel you just came from. The longer you sit around, the closer it sounds.
Maybe we should hide here.
Or I'd maybe put Cat Frost in front if we think make them think she's that big fighter guy for a second. Give us at least a moment of surprise. What does Cat Frost think about that?
That sounds fun.
Okay.
So you guys gonna stick around and wait, or are you guys gonna continue up, or?
Well, we're gonna go, I think, back into the cave towards the noise, right? And I'm gonna start grunting, imitating the grunts I heard.
Okay. I'll make this interesting. So you stand there and you're grunting and stuff, and the sound gets louder and louder, and then you hear like a clopping, like a muddy clop sound, going clop, 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 but there's lots of them coming closer and closer. Do you guys have a torch going, or?
I dropped mine before. I don't.
Yeah, I no longer do, although I can start one.
Yeah, I dropped mine too, but I have another.
I think I still got mine. I didn't do anything with it, and it was a full moon and later in the evening when we stepped outside a minute, so you'd think you'd still have one.
If it's full moon, and are we still outside, or are we heading into a cave? Sorry.
Well, you're some of you are outside, and Cat's in the cave that you just came from.
If we want to wait in the cave that we just came from and look outside, it's a full moon. We probably don't actually need a torch, and we can just set a torch down like a little further back in the cave, or just douse it for a moment. What do y'all think?
We could try that.
I'm cool with that. I can douse my
open to it.
torch.
Yeah, we should be able to see if something's coming. We should be able to see it in the full moon, I think.
All right.
Let's
So,
give it a go.
Cat Frost, as you're standing there waiting patiently, the sound gets louder and louder. It's like, and this figure emerges from the shadows.
Oh boy.
And I'll stop
Looks
that share
goopy.
right there because, as I told everyone earlier, changed the color and I got heckled for it. So back when I first showed this to some friends. All right. So it's this globby thing starts making its way. It's actually just walking up the tunnel. It's not doing anything other than just that. It's got like a dark crimson pinkish slime thing dripping, and it's got on its forehead. It has like a pearl. Actually, has a pearl.
Oh,
Maybe it's giving off the pearls as eggs or something.
Hmm.
should we hold up our pearls? And be
We
like,
should definitely get that,
"Bruh."
though.
So how do you want to handle this?
So it's not walking back. It's not walking towards us. It's just kind of walking around.
Well,
Same
it's walking. It's walking towards you because you're in the way.
Yep.
Yeah. I think we wait for it to close if Catfrost is willing and see what happens.
Yeah, wait and see what its reaction is.
Oh, wait. A couple of us still have bags of bones. Should we spread
Oh, yeah.
those or display them or something?
Yeah, display them
Go ahead.
Sure.
prominently.
Yeah, I'll just dump mine out.
All right, I'll do the same. Hopefully more is better.
You're gonna toss them out on the floor in front of Cat Frost.
That's kind of what I was thinking, like make them
Yeah.
really visible.
All right, so it gets the bones, and literally, it just like when it steps on them, the bones stick to it, and it just keeps walking forward.
Oh gosh.
Um,
I'm gonna sort of. It doesn't seem at all slowed by me standing there.
well, it's walking towards you, and it doesn't look like it's gonna stop.
As it gets, within like a foot of me, I'm gonna take a step back. Like I don't want that thing to touch me exactly.
All right, let's see here. What's your armor class?
6, I think. Yeah, 6.
Okay. All right. All right. It reaches out, like just as you start stepping back, because you're really close, because you had the club out front, right?
Mm-hmm.
It globs the club, and it's like arm is stuck to the club. So as you're trying to pull away, it's like pulling the club towards itself.
Well, I'm holding on to the other end of the club, pulling my way.
All right. So you're having a tug of war with the club.
Yeah.
Okay.
Contested strength checks.
Yeah. Let's see here. Surprise. This is where we go to the
Oh, test of strength thing.
Yeah,
Right?
probably that maybe.
strength. You know, I had everything bookmarked except for this because I didn't think of this.
That's what GMing is, man. We offer at flowers. Like that's, anything can happen.
Strength check.
I'm going to switch over to the spear that's on my character sheet during this because I might want to throw something at this dude later.
I'm sorry, there's a thing on here anyways. Test of strength. Go ahead and roll your test of strength on a D6.
Okay, so it's 3 to 6. I'm not really sure what that means.
Yeah,
And I rolled a 1. I have to get 3 or better. Well, I rolled a 1.
Yeah, that's right. Three better, right?
It says 3 to 3:6.
Yeah, so it's
So-
three.
It's under.
Oh, so it has to
What-
Oh,
be-
it's under.
Yeah,
What?
because what's your strength, Cat Frost?
14.
Right, so mine is 10 and I have a 2 out of 6, so it's an under.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're stronger
cool.
than I. Yeah.
Or equal, yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
cool.
cool.
Well, I rolled a 1, so
All right, you pull your club free.
and step back more.
It's still going as it just relentlessly just walks forward. And then you see further back there are more of them.
Oh gosh,
Oh.
no. I'm gonna move out of the way because apparently it just doesn't really give a shit.
So
Maybe
as you,
we should ignore these guys and keep heading up.
Yeah, let's try and beat them to wherever they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first thought when you
Yeah, if
mentioned that there's more globs.
it just walks past and doesn't care about us unless we get in the way, we can just hug the walls and try to go up.
so what do you
I
want to
think
do?
so.
Hug the walls or head up?
I think head up ahead of them if we
Yeah.
can.
That's what
Right,
I would
who-
want to do.
So who's heading up? Who's heading up ahead of them, and who's staying behind?
I'm a header.
Ahead.
Heading up.
I'm gonna try
Yeah.
to get ahead too.
Yeah, I think we're all going.
Falrin, Saccio, and Picker are like, "Feck this," and they like head up the mountain. Or it's like trying to. He's like thinking it through. He's like, "Oh, you know," as everyone else leaves, he's like, "Oh, don't leave without me." And Cat Frost having to swallow some pride and head up the mountain. All right, so you all start heading up the mountain. So as you keep going, the curves, it starts to get a little bit more like chaotic on the curvatures of the hallway. It still curves the same way, spiraling upward. And you finally get to a section where the tunnel itself illuminates itself. I mean, it has these weird tendrils that run along the walls like veins. Around a slight bend, there is a series of alcoves that are perfectly smooth. And inside of these alcoves, it looks like there's an organic tube hanging down. So you've come across the first alcove, and on each side there's these perfectly carved out tubes.
How big around are the tubes?
About this, probably about 3 or 4 feet in diameter.
Is there any evidence of some substance on the lip of it?
Nope, it's a leathery like organic tube that's hanging down. And other than that, it's just like this perfectly carved out.
But nothing's in the alcoves at all, huh? Aside from the tube. Okay. Well, gross.
Yeah,
Gonna continue up.
sure. Unless somebody has something else.
Oh,
No,
Yeah, I don't know what to make out of it, so I think let's keep going.
we can avoid a fight for now.
Yeah.
That's,
All right, so yeah, behind you as you pause, you're looking at these alcoves, and there are a total of 12 alcoves. So at the end of the hallway is a massive chamber with a ceiling that bubbles downward, made of the same material as a pearl. So it looks like basically a giant pearl, like hanging from the ceiling, but it's the size of like pretty much like a giant like cathedral ceiling. So as you get in there, you notice that the thing is like right up on you, along with a whole bunch of them.
oh, they've been following us?
Yep, they're following you up
Oh,
to the top. How would you like to approach this?
what are the walls of this place like?
They are identical to they're basically nice and
The
polished,
polish.
almost perfect.
And the only real feature is this giant egg-shaped thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever we decide, did I see or pick up that pearl way back when? Did we all, or was that a sneaky thing?
At first it was a sneaky thing, but then he like, was talking about it openly. So
Whatever we decide, I kind of want to hang next to him and say, you know, are you noticing anything about this thing? Is there anything? We saw it on the monsters. There it is on the ceiling.
is like my pearl glowing or anything weird like that?
nope.
Okay. Well, since these things are following us, I don't know if this will work, but I'd like to try to do turn undead. I don't know that they're actually undead, but
Okay, go ahead.
might buy some time. Is that let me see, rolling a d12, I think.
Is it D12? I got up to 13 here. Undead type. Oh, that's undead type. Yeah, D12.
Okay, and I've got an ability of 3, so oh, hey, and I rolled a 10, so 10 plus 3 is
Yeah, you make it.
Pretty great. As long as they're actually affected, I guess.
So you try to use turn undead, right? You try to
Mhm.
push them back, and they don't respond.
Okay.
They just keep walking forward. Where are you all standing room-wise compared to? Let's see here. Hold on a second. Let's pull up the proper thing.
Hey, I'm sorry, guys. I got to go AFK for about 1 minute. I'll be right back.
Nope, not a problem. So, yeah, so they're coming up the hallway here. Oh, that's a terrible drawing. Where are you guys standing in relation? Are you like right here or off to the sides?
I think I would have been at close to the entrance trying to turn undead, but when that isn't working, I'm like getting off to the sides.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Likewise.
I would have been probably like right behind and then followed
Mhm.
along once he.
Yeah.
Asking for ideas.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm gonna
saying
be.
try. I'll light a torch, I guess, and like throw it up, see if fire deters these things.
That's a good idea. I think Picker's gonna stay off to the side and try to stay out of the way.
All right, so you guys move off to the side. Ooh. Level on my computer is like, oh, that's too much work for me today. All right, so you guys move off to the side, and the first thing comes through, and they're all these things are going more. And the first one walks up to the center of the room, tips its head back, and then that pearlish, beautifully polished ceiling all of a sudden like jiggles like jelly. And this weird appendage comes down that looks like the same material as the ceiling, but but it's organic in fluidity, and it moves down and attaches itself to the forehead of the creature where the pearl is. And then you hear this, and as you hear the sucking sound, the redness of this thing starts to turn from red to pink to light pink to white. And then the globby material starts to get sucked back up. And you see it get sucked back up into the pearl, which then this tentacle appendage goes back up into the ceiling. And then you hear this almost like a dropping sound of something back down the hallway, like a clink.
Oh, in the alcove.
Yeah, like a few like 30 seconds later. Then the next one starts walking up to the center of the room, and the same thing starts to happen again.
I'm guessing this isn't great and we should stop it, but I have no idea why or what's going on.
I like it.
It's not overtly bad. I'll still cast protection from evil on myself. No.
I will say, or you might want to drop that pearl. Just a thought.
Mm,
It's yours, but bad
no,
things happen.
Nothing's gone bad so far.
Sure, we smell great.
Um,
I'd like to also walk around it since like it looks like they're occupied. Can I see what's on the other? We have us all on sort of the west side of the big dome. Is there anything? Well, no, that's just hanging. So the room is an empty circle, right?
Yep.
Yeah, my bad.
That's okay.
to
I don't
cast
know,
protection from evil on myself, do I need to do anything special since I haven't played this before? Is it just I cast it, or do I have to like make a roll?
I'm gonna let you just cast it. That's fine.
Okay. It says it lasts for an hour, so.
Boy, you better hope this thing is evil.
I sure hope. Yeah, maybe I should have cast protection from good, but I don't think so.
Well, like I tell people, don't hope, because hope leads to disappointment.
Yeah. You have protection from jelly. That could be good.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get that one.
Next time.
Is there any Jay? Does the giant pearl, is it just suspended from the ceiling, or is there any way to like cut it loose or damage it?
This thing is probably the size. I want to say it's about let's see. If I look on the map and I use my own logic here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 yards across, and we're 8 yards in diameter.
Hmm.
It's gigantic. In other words, you couldn't carry it out because it's too big.
Yeah, I was just thinking of, could we cut it loose from the ceiling maybe and
Yeah, it actually
smash it, destroy it?
It looks like the ceiling is part. It's like it's like holding it like this, so you can't see like past other than
Oh,
basic
gotcha.
ground.
It's kind of flush.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it is hanging down in the sense that it's curved down towards.
And
Okay.
the globby pearl glob people are they just lining up getting depearled?
Yep.
And they're not caring about us, more or
What-
less.
What do they do after they're depearled? Do they walk to the back of the line, or?
No, they're gone.
Well,
No,
you said
oh.
they get sucked into the pearl, right?
Oh, okay.
So pretty much the red gets sucked out of it, then it's all transparent. Then the material, the globby material, gets sucked back into the pearl. Then it looks like a normal pearl again, which gets sucked up into the ceiling.
Well, says Felrin, I only see two options. One of them is wait. The other one is to chuck something at that mass up there, which sounds like a terrifying idea.
Check the pearl at it.
Sure.
Or a torch, or a spear, or
Yeah, maybe we should try chucking something not
Yeah.
pearl first. See what happens.
Okay. I can throw my pearl at it if we think it's a great idea. I
So what do
guess
you
we have the earrings as some kind of money, but
So what are you throwing at it?
A torch?
yeah. Can we? Is it? It's low enough that we could chuck a torch.
Oh yeah, you can huck it up there.
Look, I had 3. I still have the same one. I'll chuck it.
Is it lit?
That was tough to tell. You know,
throw a lit torch or just a regular torch.
I would throw a lit torch.
Okay.
So I'll take the time to light it if I haven't.
So
Yeah.
you throw the lit torch up. It hits the ceiling, and it sounds like it hit like a hard marble floor, and it drops to the ground.
Wow.
Even though it appears to be like liquid.
Cool. I retrieve my volley.
Well, I mean, I suppose we can wait for this to happen to all of them and then see what happens.
So you're gonna wait for them to process through all the ones that are coming up.
Sure.
Or we could go mess up if they're dropping pearls into the alcoves that we just left. We can go try to mess that up in some way.
We could cut the tendril if we wanted, maybe.
Yeah. I think I'm
Something else.
inclined to do that if nobody has strong feelings about it.
To
Head
check
back.
the alcoves?
Yeah, and maybe cut the tubes.
Sure, let's try it.
Yeah, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Okay, this is gonna require going past the things that are there. Let's see how many are left. All right, so there are 5 of those things left. So by the time you guys get around to making up your minds about this, probably about like 15 or 20 have been processed. So as you get to the door, before they weren't responding, but now they are, and they step to block your way.
Okay. Well,
Well, I think let's do violence then.
how? They're goopy and sticky.
Well, what if we hit him right in the pearl, though?
Oh,
That's a smart idea. Hit them in the pearls.
And
nice.
fire might work differently than regular weapon.
Yep.
Go back
True.
to the torches.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to take my torch and just try to torch one of these and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm with you. I want to do the same. Screw these guys. I'm impatient. I mean, my character is. I'm cool. But he's like, screw this, takes the torch and just lunges forward with Sachio.
Or you guys lunge forward with your torches, like the flame hits them, and then the glob stuff wraps around the flame and puts it out.
Oh,
Now they're pulling on the torches, trying to pull you closer.
Oh, I'm letting
Ah.
my torch go, man.
yeah, me too. I'm letting it go.
And they're like, "Roar," and they're all doing it in unison now.
Oof.
And they're all reaching out for you.
For us?
Stepping back, man.
And
Yeah,
they're
I'm stepping
moving
back.
towards you.
I'm stepping back.
I
Moving
start up
slowly,
with.
but-
I'm gonna like use my whip to maybe because that's a really quick action. It won't be grabbed as much.
Okay.
Oh, it's an idea.
Go
Going
ahead
for
and
the
roll.
pearl.
But that's just a 4, so I'm not doing anything effective there.
All right, yeah. So you whip it, and it's like, whoosh, not quite.
Yeah, I think maybe we should try to damage them. I'll toss one of my daggers and see if I can make any impact or slow them down in any way. Oh, nat 20.
Ooh.
So
Now
that's
roll for damage, and then roll 1d6.
all right. Damage is 3 and d6 is 3.
All right, so it's gonna be 6 damage. Let's see here. Ooh, damn. All right, so you throw the dagger and it sticks in it, and like this weird, like you can see like red jelly stuff like kind of seeps out before the outer glue like clogs it up. But your dagger is still sticking in it.
I think, guys, we better do some serious damage before they all get sucked up into whatever that is.
I guess.
Should we try and smash their pearl?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that might be worth a shot too.
I'll try and
Yeah.
smash it with the club with the sword stuck in it.
All right, go right ahead. Make that roll.
That's not great. That's a 9. That'll hit AC 8.
And you're gonna need to hit AC 5. So
Okay,
yeah,
that didn't work.
no.
I'll try smashing one in the pearl with my mace. Whip isn't doing me any good.
You're all rolling bad. What happened?
No, and I hit AC 6.
Dude.
Do I need to make a strength check to try to retain my mace?
No. I'll say that you did not hit him.
Okay.
Same thing with Cat Frost's club. Now we are running close to 2 o'clock. Does anyone have a game coming up?
Yeah, I have a game right after this.
Okay.
Yes.
I do not want to hold you guys up. We'll try to resolve this quickly. Everyone roll attack dice.
Okay.
Or you can
All right.
or you can choose to flee at this point because you've lured them enough away from the door.
Attack dice, do it.
I'm
Yeah,
attacking.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I got to roll.
Missed.
18.
Yep. Okay,
Sweet.
I hit an AC 3 this time.
All right, everybody. For those of you who hit an AC of 5, please roll for damage.
I did. Yeah.
Just 1 damage.
9 damage.
All right, so the one that you threw the dagger in, you guys are pounding on.
9 damage.
You smash the orb, and the goo material like just sprays across the floor, and it's like pretty much. It looks like there's maybe melted human remains, like bones inside that are almost completely dissolved. There's in one case there's some jewelry. There's a small knife. Arrowhead just splats across the floor,
Yum.
and the mountain begins to shake.
Run.
Yeah, book it.
Yep. Super
Right.
run. Let the villagers melt.
You run down the mountain. Run down the mountain more as you flee. As you go down the mountain, you start sliding a little bit, and the mountain feels like it's moving heavily. And then what turned into a run, you get past the ridge, through the tunnel on the other side. You end up sliding on the blood, and you end up sliding down the mountain almost like you're on a sled until you're dropped out on the ground outside. And the mountain starts to lift up off the ground and starts to fade away as the sun starts to come up. and the mountain vanishes. You guys gonna go back to town?
Hell no.
Yeah, we'd be out. Like, screw
I
them.
think out of here.
We didn't bring pearls back. They'll put us back in the pit.
All right, so you guys bug out and decide not to go back to the town. All right, so I don't want to hold any of you up. So just to wrap this up real quick, yes, the mountain vanished. The creature in the mountain was called the orb, and the creatures that were going up to the mountain were called the as. And they're basically little eggs that attach to your forehead, and they surround you in the material, and they digest you as they go up the mountain, and then they feed you the orb. So, and then the mountain will appear at some other time. It basically materializes to feed, and then it vanishes. So when the mountain appears, it opens up the alcoves, and all those orbs roll down the mountain and spread out on the ground for animals and people to grab. And they have, and the pearls themselves have like a pheromone that attracts people. So, or technically should have gotten eaten, but because we ran out of time, he did not get eaten because he failed his saving throw when he picked up the orb in the beginning.
Yeah,
That's
I had a secret nat 1. Perfect way to start.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
The creature
Wow.
is the Azorb, and that's what the mountain is. It's one giant cosmic creature that appears every decade or so.
That is
That's cool.
awesome.
That's
That
cool,
is-
Jay.
Yeah.
I don't know why pink is an issue from the picture you saw.
I'm not
I
putting
couldn't
the
put it
picture back
together.
up because the more you look at it, the more obvious what it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this before you started, and I'm like, okay, I guess I can see it.
When I get calls at home from people going, "Hey, you know about that picture you did?" I was like, oh, "Okay, yeah, okay, I'll change color." But thank you very much for myself, and thank you from Northwind for playing Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerer of Hyperborea. Thank you for attending KoboldCon.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's nice that we can still game, even if we're just online doing it. It's just as good. So, happy gaming to all of you, and I will see you hopefully at another convention. Alexis, I probably will see you again for sure.
Yeah, I'll probably look for your game then.
All right, take care,
Thank
guys.
you for running.
Thank you
Thanks,
so
that was
much,
fun, man.
Jay.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks,
guys.
Jay.